you're sort of like, I'm just gonna notice people. Look at these people. I'm gonna bring happiness into their lives. You're the bluebird of happiness. There you go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn, hit. What's the show about? It's not really a traditional show. It's a review. So it's about the music of Irving Berlin and a little bit about his life. There's some history about his life in it, spoken in voiceovers throughout the film, but it's mostly just a celebration of the songs of Irving Berlin. I'll just have you go off around the back of the table. Let's have you guys do that. Oh my God, that's a great song. Oh, I love this. Great song. It is. Oh, I love it. And then just kind of you can go either side of the hand. We don't have to get started. What has it been like directing a musical during COVID? It's been challenging. It's something I've never had to do before, so none of us have. Everybody working on the show is kind of going at it for the first time. With the restrictions that we are given by the university, we had to get clever and figure out how to work within those and still give a positive experience for the students in the cast and the students designing the show and the students working on the technical sides of the show. Yeah, the challenge was about making sure that everyone was following the guidelines as best we could, staying safe, and also trying to do all the things that we need to do to put on a musical. So, yes, there were a lot of compromises, and we had to sort of rethink how we do things. But it's been interesting to see how we can overcome the issues and the problems that we had. But and we'll probably make doing productions in the future seem a lot easier, just because we won't have to deal with all these restrictions. What'll I do when I am wandering who is kissing you? What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with all the dreams of you and won't come true, what'll I do? To hear a song like Mother used to sing, to play a simple melody like my mother sang to me. So as an actor, to follow the guidelines to make sure that I'm able to participate in this show, always wearing a mask, hand sanitize, wash those hands, all good things, and definitely just having to listen to my body a lot more. So if I am feeling run down or I'm feeling tired, like stopping any sickness, regardless of COVID, stopping that before it happens, and just making sure that you see the same people that you're always with and not taking any unnecessary risks, because it would be so sad to have to miss this awesome show. Oh, I think at the beginning, Barrett, can you indicate the piano that's sitting right there? Like, hey, play me a simple melody. And he's like, no, I don't. Yes, for sure. You know, I just like, why is he playing the piano right there? So I think let's just use it, okay? And you can be like, I don't play the piano. Well, no one in the show has specific characters. I asked the students to bring a lot of their own personality into their performances. I also think we chose material for them that we thought would suit them well. So a lot of the characterizations that we decided upon kind of came up in rehearsals, and how to connect one song to the next, and so that we could have some sort of relationships with the actors on stage to each other. So that is how we did it. It was not necessarily something that we set out knowing in advance. It was usually created in the rehearsal process.
I felt like I knew who my character was, And then I got into costume and everything changed. There isn't like a specific character for any of these performances because it's a review and that's not something we're given. So we get more creative opportunities, but also once you figure out who you are and get into costume, a lot of those things will shift, which is interesting and a bit of a mental gymnastics, but eventually you figure out exactly who you want to be.
It was really fun. I got to make whatever I wanted, you know? And the costumes helped, so when I put my costume on, I was like, yep, I know exactly what kind of character I'm going to make. And I just got to make my own choices, and it allows me to interact with people in a different way than I would normally interact with them as me.
Dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops listen and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
Front knee there, and give Will the eye. There we go. Oh, how did I work with students about acting behind the mask? I emphasized that they use their bodies a lot more than they might, that their eyes had to be extremely expressive, that they had to, we had them lip syncing with themselves behind the mask, but I think that doesn't really show very much on the video. And so I think it was all about eyes, it was all about body language, using your physicality of your body to help express what it is you want to say. So in some ways, I think the training that students would have in dance and would have in movement for the actor would really come into play in a show like this, where they are very limited to be facially expressive. So they had to incorporate other ways of getting the point across. I hope that people will take away an appreciation for the material, the songs of Irving Berlin, and kind of go, oh, I forget, I didn't realize he wrote that, and oh, I love that song, and things like that. And then also, I hope people take away an appreciation for the talent that we have here at UWSP. You're going to see some of that on the footage and the film, but there's a whole lot of talent behind the scenes that we won't get to see. And that's true for everything we do in the theater department. But it just takes, it takes an enormous amount of people to make everything look great, and we're really blessed with a lot of talented students and faculty here. And I really think that the fact that we were able to try and attempt to do a musical at a time when you're not allowed to sing with people, around people, you're not allowed to speak without masks on, and the fact that everybody just said, we're going to do it, and we're going to figure it out, and I hope that viewers can see that sort of positivity that is hopefully going to come out of this experience. Right?